Hello students, welcome to my classroom. In this video, we are going to talk about the concept of box and whisker plot. It is also called box plot. And we will understand the uses of box and whisker plot with an example as to why we use it. So we will start with the steps that we need to follow in order to develop a box and whisker plot for a given data information. So we will follow the following steps. And our step number 1 is that you put your numbers in increasing order. Your step number 2 is that you divide your numbers into 4 equal parts. And I'll show you with an example what I mean by that. And then the next one is you label the quartiles. Now the quartiles in a box and whisker plot will be 3: quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. So, you know how we have quarters in a school year? There are 4 quarters, and then the whole school year is divided into 4 equal parts. In the same way, the data information will also be divided into 4 equal parts, and every part will have a certain name. So, in the next page, we are going to look at some data information, and then I'm going to teach you what to and how to develop a box and whisker plot. So, we'll let this fly away for now. And let us have an example with some information on data points. And the data points provided are 5, 7, 4, 4, 6, 2, 8. Now, as you can see, this data is not in increasing order. So first step is we will put the data in order. So after putting the data in order, it should look like this: 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, before I develop my box and whisker plot for this given information, there are some important things I need to figure out. The first thing is going to be our lowest value. So here you can see that the lowest value is 2. Now your highest value is going to be 8. Now let us check what is the median of this data. That's our next step, to identify the median of this data. So if I take 3 points away from here and 3 points away from the right hand side, I'm left with the middle value or the median, which is going to be 5. So after identifying all these things, students, I can develop a box and whisker plot for this given data. And I will start with drawing a line. So let us see if I can use a line feature here. All right, so now I'm going to label my data as, you know how my data is starting from 2 and going to 8. So I'm going to label each and every point 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I will draw a dot here and a dot here because that is where my data is ranging between. Now I also know that the median of the given data set is going to be at 5. So I draw a line at 5. Now if I look at my lower half of the data, before this median, this is called the lower half of the data because this was the median or the middle value. This is called, the right hand side is called the upper half of the data. And on the left hand side, students, if I'm seeing, I can see that if I do not include the 2 and 4, the middle value of the lower half, what is the middle of the lower half, is going to be 3. So that is where my box is going to start from. Now let us look at the median or the middle value of the right hand side of the data. That is 7. So that is where my box is going to be stopping at. So I'll draw a little box right here. Remember, this was the median of the actual data set. 5. This is the median of the lower data set, lower half of the data set. This is called quartile 1. This is my lowest value, 2. My greatest value, 8. So, students, as you can see, my data has been divided into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each part is about 25%, and I can look at the data and I can understand that, okay, from which value to which value is my data actually being spread out. This is quartile 1 is 3, and now my quartile 2 is going to be the actual median, that is quartile 2, that is 5, and my quartile 3 is going to be 7. So let us list out the important things that we just now did. I already listed lowest, highest, median. Now I'm going to write down quartile 1 was what? The median of the lower half, which is 3. Quartile 2 or median is the same thing. Quartile 3 is 8, which is the median of the upper half of the data set. All right. Now, the other thing that we also use from a box and whisker plot is called interquartile range. And students, the formula for interquartile range is basically you subtract your quartile 3 and quartile 1. So quartile 3 minus quartile 1. Now for this given question, the interquartile range is going to be 8 minus 3, which is 5. That means the interquartile range is 5. So again, this box and whisker plot helps us divide our data into 4 equal parts. And I just want to highlight the 4 parts to you. This is part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. And it helps us understand how our data is spread out. Remember, the only measure of center we use on this is the median. So we really need to understand what is a median. It's the middle value in any given data set when the numbers are in order. Again, students, I want to revise this again with you. Highlight your lowest value, your highest value, your median of the data set. Once you have the median, you can start putting your numbers on the number line from lowest to greatest and draw a box on the top of your data set with median right in the middle. Lower half of median is quartile 1, upper half median is quartile 3. And we also discussed interquartile range. On the next page, I'm going to give you a data set, and I would like for you to draw a box and whisker plot, and then we can discuss the answers. So let us see this fly away now. All right, that is gone. So hope you're able to try this question on your own without my help. And the data set, I'm going to be nice to you. I'm going to give you the data set already in order. So you don't have to put it in order. You just have to draw the box and whisker plot for it. 6, 6, 7, 8, 8. And as I was writing these numbers, I figured that we could have a median with 2 numbers. Remember, whenever there are 2 numbers in the median, you just average them out, you calculate their mean. So that is your data set, students, and try it on your own and let me know. If you find a mistake, do share with me. Remember, in this video, we talked about quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3, and how to draw a box and whisker plot. Let me draw a beautiful bell for you, for all my subscribers. And thank you for subscribing and watching the videos, taking your time to take notes. I will see you in my next video. Bye. Have a good one.